I think their goal is not yet achieved until you have completely neutralized Ukraine, denazified it, disarmed it. They've got a ways to go before that happens. But I don't think it's unreasonable to begin looking for high-end Mercedes, Porsches, and other automobiles of that nature moving at high speed from Kiev all the way to the Polish border and beyond, packed probably with as much cash as they can carry. I think President Trump understands that. He said that. It looks like Ukraine's going to be neutral. Gosh, who'd have thought? He's gotten that message. The bad news here, Judge, and I'm sure you're going to come to this, is that people keep handing him talking points from General Milley and Secretary Blinken with utterly false and misleading information in terms of numbers of casualties and so forth. Someone is feeding him a lot of nonsense about Russia as this stricken state that needs help, is economically wounded, whose military can't fight. It's all crap. He needs to start demanding the truth. That's why it's more important than ever to get somebody like Tulsi Gabbard into that DNI, because Tulsi, if nothing else, will demand the truth. I don't know what Ratcliffe will do, but I know that Tulsi absolutely will demand the truth.
Douglas Macgregor offers a sharp critique of the current state of affairs surrounding the Ukraine conflict and the information provided to U.S. leadership. He begins by addressing Russia's ultimate objective, the complete neutralization, densification, and disarmament of Ukraine. According to Macgregor, this goal remains incomplete, but it's clear that Russia is working systematically to achieve it. He paints a vivid image of Ukrainian elites fleeing Kiev, speeding toward the Polish border in luxury cars, packed with cash, a sign of desperation and a foreshadowing of Ukraine's potential collapse. Macgregor emphasizes that a peaceful resolution is impossible without a complete and permanent rejection of NATO's presence on Ukrainian soil. He aligns this stance with Donald Trump's understanding, noting that Trump has acknowledged the inevitability of Ukraine becoming neutral. However, Macgregor warns that Trump is being misled by advisors like General Mark Milley and Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who are allegedly providing false and misleading information. These narratives depict Russia as a weakened, economically crippled state whose military is ineffective, claims that Macgregor dismisses as all crap. The consequences of these false narratives, Macgregor argues, are significant. They not only distort the decision-making process at the highest levels, but also prevent meaningful steps toward de-escalation and peace. He underscores the importance of accurate intelligence and calls for leadership willing to confront uncomfortable truths. Macgregor specifically advocates for figures like Tulsi Gabbard to take on roles such as Director of National Intelligence. He believes Gabbard, unlike many others, would prioritize truth and transparency over politically convenient narratives. Macgregor's endorsement of Gabbard stems from her reputation for challenging the status quo and demanding accountability. He contrasts her approach with what he perceives as a lack of initiative from others in similar positions, expressing skepticism about their ability or willingness to push back against entrenched misinformation. His insistence on bringing someone like Gabbard into a key intelligence role reflects his broader critique of the political and military establishment's handling of the Ukraine conflict and their approach to U.S.-Russia relations. The overarching message from Macgregor is clear. The current trajectory, fueled by misinformation and political gamesmanship, is unsustainable and dangerous. He warns that without a drastic shift in policy and leadership, one grounded in reality rather than propaganda, the prospects for a peaceful resolution remain slim. Macgregor's analysis not only critiques the handling of the conflict but also underscores the broader challenges facing U.S. foreign policy, where ideology often takes precedence over pragmatic decision-making. In conclusion, Macgregor's analysis offers a sobering critique of the current trajectory of U.S. foreign policy and its handling of the Ukraine crisis. He warns that without a fundamental shift, grounded in truth and an acknowledgement of geopolitical realities, the prospects for peace will remain distant. His call for leaders like Tulsi Gabbard reflects his belief in the necessity of transparency and accountability to navigate the challenges ahead. For Macgregor, the path forward requires not only a reassessment of priorities, but also a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about the conflict and the role of U.S. policy in shaping its outcomes. According to Douglas Macgregor, Russia's goals in Ukraine remain unfulfilled. They aim to neutralize, densify, and disarm the nation entirely. Until that happens, the conflict will persist. However, signs of Ukraine's unraveling are already apparent. Imagine high-end Mercedes and Porsches speeding from Kiev to the Polish border, packed with cash, as officials flee the fallout. It's not far from reality. President Trump seems to recognize this, recently noting that Ukraine appears headed for neutrality. But the real challenge lies in the information being fed to him. General Milley, Secretary Blinken, and others provide talking points filled with misleading narratives, claiming Russia is a weakened state, economically and militarily. None of this aligns with reality. The need for honest assessments has never been greater. Leaders like Tulsi Gabbard, known for demanding the truth, could play a crucial role. If given the chance to serve in positions like the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi's commitment to transparency might finally pierce the web of misinformation surrounding Ukraine and Russia. Thanks for watching.